Good morning. And away we go. See, I didn't do much after the stream yesterday. Pretty much just cleaned up a couple little errors that happened. Server, I put in a loop. Now wait for the next request to come through. What else? This guy right here is blocking, which is fine. Okay. I cleaned up some of the output. I was going to change it so that the please close this window showed up, or it looked better. And maybe it did something such that while it's waiting to make that local request, it doesn't do anything. When it gets success, then it says, please close that window. Something like that. Hey, next big idea. Good morning and welcome, everyone. How you doing? How you doing? What'd you do on your stream today? If I can get this running. Did I leave it in a good state? eGUI and WGPU. Oh, awesome. Very cool. Very cool. eGUI and WGPU. Man, I see WGPU getting used all over the place. And eGUI looks like a pretty slick little framework. Oh, and if anybody's watching this from yesterday, maybe on a VOD or something, we also found that you had to also register the ports with Twitch. Let me pull up the dev console again. Bring that over. So I randomly generated 10 different port numbers and have a list of those 10. we start a server, and if it fails to start on one, it goes to the next. I also had to register those 10 callbacks on the Twitch side, which is a little annoying, but it just takes a little bit more time to set up. So it should end up working. So we're building up an OAuth flow here. So when we click this little login to Twitch button, we get a little thing pops up in your browser window. So yes, I authorize this. It says please close this window, right? It's like, okay, well, I can close that window. I'll just move it off screen for now. But what I really want at that point is to have it be prettier and all that. We'll fix that in a bit. Now we need to be able to get that OAuth token from the URL. And at this point, we should have received this request, but I don't see it. And now that I have an OAuth token in these, I have to be a little bit more careful. So I don't want to leak the tokens. All right, handle finish. Got the URL here. Okay, that should be in the header. And the way that this works is the callback, the /callback that we just saw, ends up hitting this endpoint, which then converts the URL that's sent back from Twitch, because they push all of the OAuth information in the hash, not in the query. So we have to then make another request to the server from JavaScript, passing the whole href through. Yeah, let's see. So that's a great question. I was thinking about that this morning, actually, while getting ready. And the only thing I could think of was, in case somebody set their dev console to point to something else that they didn't have control over. Yeah, and Fabian, I think you're right on there. Yeah, because putting it in the hash, make sure it is not sent to the server, right? And yeah, exactly. So if you point it to a server you don't have control over, then it's not sent to the server. And hopefully if you do send it to a server that you have control over, then, if you needed to, you could set something like this up, which is fine. It's just a little awkward. Because it's really, really simple to set up. And I have to get rid of this await here. Because it's not working there. Okay. But then we'll have a promise here. And having been a web dev stuck in the IE world forever, here's my little MDN. This is standard. Okay, so we get the response. I was never able to use the fetch API. I wonder what the response format is here. Valid format of string. Oh, because this one needs to be double. There we go. Oh, click the button. Not find variable response. Oh, afterwards. This one. Okay. And did we console log anything? Or did it just crash? All right, one more time. We saved that, didn't we? All right. There we go. Me and my filtering. Okay, so we get a response. Awesome. So we can look at the status, see if it's at 200. So we got to double those up. All right, so if we get a 200 back, document.write. I've been logged in. Please close the window. Else, I'll double it. My goodness. Okay. Boing. Something went wrong. Oh no, something went wrong. It's not much we can do at this point. Authorize. You have been logged in. Please close the window. Perfect. Okay. Itty bitty little text. Great. Well, toss that over there. And we can clean this up later. Now, at this point, the auth token is hidden in this variable somewhere. We have to get this auth token out of the full URL. Was that going to be the fragment? Yeah, fragment is part of the URL after the pound symbol. Oh, you know what? We could include the data we want to put on the page in here, but that'd be harder to maintain. It'd be easier to just have one big blob of that than have it kind of interspersed. All right. Now, if the fragment, this is optional, isn't it? Yeah, option is stir. We're sending the full href. Why? Because it might be in the query string or it might be in the fragment. Yes, realistically, we should check both. Why did that show up on that screen? Is that just because that's where my mouse was? All right, now how do we parse a fragment? So we just get this stir. Does the URL crate have anything for that? Okay, URL. It's tiny HTTP. Oh, wait, we'll want that in a minute. Okay, it does not include the pound sign. Perfect. So then we just have to split it up. Okay. See, here with the query part, you can actually get that parsed, right? Lycan, how you doing? Good morning. Good day to you. Yes. Makes me a little sad. Fragment doesn't get the pairs. Man. Need more coffee? You know what I'm going to do. All right, so we get a full URL, right? Full URL is a string. If there is no query, convert the hash into a query. Let's see if that works. Because if we could do that, right? If the fragment set up the same way as you would a query parameter, just replacing that pound sign with a question mark should do it. Do we even need to validate that? No, we can just... we don't want two query parameters. Query params, though. We don't want to have like a question mark and then blah, blah, blah. Question mark, blah, blah, blah. So... if... let's see... give it a pattern. Stir chars. Okay. So if this is none, convert it. If we can do that. This returns a new string. And we look at the query instead. Query pairs. What does this give us? This returns form URL encoded parse. Is that re-exported? Could we have just used that? It is. Ooh, I don't know what I want now. So we can have an iterator. It gives us tuples. Okay. So we're basically just iterating over that, looking for specific tuples. Oh, okay, we're not going to do the little hack anymore. Now that we have access to that, we'll do it a different way. So let's the token URL. I'm going to say params is going to be equal to a match here. So if we have something, let's return that. If we don't have anything, fragment, but we want to parse it. But what about the case where we have both or none? Let's be expressive with it. All right, we'll take both of those. Let's do this again. Right. So if we don't have anything, kind of SOL. All right. Start with the more interesting pieces. Now, in this case, we want whichever one has the token. Have another little function here. Function. Get access token, find access token. I don't know. And in this case, we want, is that pairs? Parse. That should be implied. Okay, so we'll iterate through them. If key is equal to, what's it going to be called? Access token. Some value. You can just stop iterating there for a little bit. Thank you. Hey, give me just 1 minute. If get access token query. Oh, if let sum. Otherwise, you do else if let sum. Oh, interesting. Okay. But we actually need to parse it at this point. All right. So what was the, say URL, form URL encoded. Oops. If I could spell today, form. Fragment as bytes. Does this return an error? No, it always just returns something. Interesting. Huh. It's fine. Okay, so in the first case, we always return an access token. In the second case, we're either going to return something or nothing. But what do we return? Should this be an optional some access token? Probably. Because I guess there's a case where there's a nothing. And in that case, okay, we just give it the frag pairs. Okay, so then these both return some or none access token and 2 params. Oh, query pairs. Oh, I see. Let's move this up. Okay. I've kind of gone down a strange sort of rabbit hole here. See, I was just trying to match and say, oh, if it exists in the query, we'll use that one. If it's in fragment, we'll use that one, right? However, that's not what's happening here. Access token here, we'll just do it this way. Take that out of there. Get rid of this. Okay. Don't be afraid to delete code. Need more coffee? Oh, yes. Need a lot more coffee. Pawnman20. What are some good programming challenges for beginner Rust programmers? There's always the, what is it? The, there's someone on the website. So using the playground, you can also learn by doing the Rustlings course. So this is a good one. I've actually seen people doing this one on Twitch. Another one that I've enjoyed is exorcism.io. My hair is all clippy. Inside of here, they have a bunch of different tracks. 103 exercises. So this is also a good one. And then if you run out, I guess there's also LeetCode, right, which isn't specific to Rust, but they just have challenges, like little programming, challenges. So that's a good one. Code Wars, yeah, and then there's the annual one. I don't know if you should continue learning Rust or stick with C++. Kind of depends on what you're trying to do. Right? Yeah, you might find that picking up Rust actually enhances your C++. It's always a possibility. Oh, and what is the annual one? Something of code. One of them was Santa Claus going around. You had a bunch of calculations you had to perform. Oh, I forget what it's called. Something of code. I wonder. Something of code. Yeah. Forget what it's called. Well, there's a cool one that yes, Advent of Code. Thank you, Lobslang. Yes, and Petter. Birkin, how you doing, man? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Lost my code. All right. Like query pairs. So then we have that. We get the fragment. If let's see, if access token dot is none, we'll do this. Let's see. You are moving for first time from a binary crate to a library. You just change the main.rs to lib.rs and export the methods with pub? I believe so, yeah. Unless you have something in your cargo.toml that says otherwise. Because sometimes you can have like a bin section in here. Right? So sometimes you'll have one of these and yeah, you'd have to change it. Glitch, how you doing? Yep, and you can keep both. Absolutely. I guess we could actually take a look at this link here. Let's see, option click. That opened in the wrong browser. What's our bin section? Oh yeah, lib, bin, etc. So you could have library and binary targets, examples, all that. So, hey, absolutely, you're welcome. All right. Don't save that. Okay. So if the access token is still none at this point, Moscow Bish, how you doing, man? We got our fragment pairs. What does it not like about this? As bytes on option. Oh, yes. If let some we get down to this point, and we will either have one or we won't. Is the name of the file important? Sorry, let me read one more up. Yeah, Moscow, I think you got it. So if it's something, we'll do this. Actually, we want to take that apart, don't we? And what am I doing here? If let's return that. Else. All right, and how do we say that we didn't get an access token? Right. We could do like a 404 or something, like page not found. 403. So access denied. I don't know. I see the manifest can be explicit on this. Yes. If you have both, like implicitly though, if you have a lib and main, I think it just treats it as binary, and your binary can use your library. But I'm not certain. I am not certain on that at all. Then if you had a different crate that was just pointing to it, would it use it as a library? Maybe it might be able to. It's worth testing. Or if it's in the docs. Or Stack Overflow. All right, so if we do have it, fix me, send access token to app, store and state. All right, so we're going to do that. Let's see if we can get a length on this. Oops, token. And I'm muted. Ah, yes. So, Perkin, so you ask this mentor question. Um, how do you solve your own problem? Oh goodness. So a lot of times for me, it's reading and then exploration, right? If the documentation doesn't show a clear way through it, or if I just miss it, right? And that happens sometimes. Um, an example would have been the emoticons, right? Showing up these emoticons in this. Now, when you think about loading emoticons with Twitch, like just as an example, I was going through the exercise of trying to find out what all the possible emoticons were via the APIs so that when somebody used one, I would be able to generate the URL instead of just using the information that was provided and generating the URL based on a template. I actually spent a whole day on some code that we don't even use anymore, and it was a bit exploratory. And we just kept coming to this spot where there were some emoticons that I didn't have a reference to. So sometimes it's setting the problem down and walking away, letting your mind rest, and then coming back to it. That often works really well for me. I do that a lot, which is perfect for streaming because, I only stream for 2-3 hours. And so often I'll be able to just, set it down, walk away, come back the next day. But with the emoticon one, that one got me because I was so stuck on trying to find it through the APIs. So that's one, right? Setting something down, letting your mind rest. Just putting boundaries, right? If something's not working in one direction, say, okay, how do I solve this if I couldn't use such and such, right? Like, how do you pound in a nail if you can't use a hammer, right? Like my mind immediately goes to, oh, well, you could use a rock, you could use, a bunch of other things, right? A piece of wood, kind of makeshift hammers. And you do the same sort of thing with your current problem, right? Try to, limit your search scope or change your search scope, saying this one's not working for me. For whatever reason, these nails aren't going in with this hammer. Try to use something else. One other one was trying to run the maze backwards, and I love doing this. Where we tend to work a problem from the maze entrance, right? But sometimes if you go to the other end, right, like with the emoticons coming back to this, and you stare at a URL, and you're like, if I start at the end, how do I go back to the other information, right? And this one ends up being very useful, especially when you have something known, like an emoticon image, right? So in this case, if we were to look at this image URL here, right, and this is the end of the maze, right? Because this is the solution. How do you get back to the beginning? We have emoticons, blah blah blah, right? V2 1. In this case, this is emoticon 1, and you try to work back from this to the information that you have. And you'd be surprised, but that ends up working really well. So, hope that helps. Yeah. And if all else fails, just try something. Because I think probably also like writing, right? Sometimes it comes out of, it's not like your first attempt that has a solution, but it's like your third attempt. So, oh, and thank you for the sub, man. Thank you. You are very welcome. And that is kind of a quick look into the mind of Halsey. Often find me running through the maze backwards. Now I get that Minotaur song stuck in my head. Oh man, my kids love that song. The mini Minotaur one, where they need mayonnaise for some reason. No, it wasn't mayonnaise. It was tartar sauce. Yes. All right. All right, so how do we shut this down? We need something to be able to shut this down. I made this async with the idea that I could use I want this to be async with the idea that I could use the Tokyo channels here. This happens from JavaScript, so we need something else. We need some other channel, some other mechanism. And most of the time, glitch. Cancel token work? Cancellation token? I think it would. I'm a little curious though on the semantics here. Like if we say that this command is async, how does it block in Tokyo? Because everything in here is actually scratch that. Here, it spawns a new thread. There's no point in having it async. Oh, shoot. You used that for a Twitch bot you wrote a few days ago. Oh, perfect. And a cancellation token, huh? Because we need the cancellation token, and we also need a way out. So let's go back to main. And for main, we are going to manage. And we need a new piece of state for the state. What do we want it? We don't have one. Let's call it. Oh, wait. What? We have access token info? What's in access token info? Oh, look at that. We already have one. Oh, because we load it from the file currently. No. This is in response to the other OAuth flow. Cancellation token one-shot combo? Yeah. That makes sense. I think we are going to reappropriate the access token info. Does this get used in anything? App events. Okay, let's go back to main. We have a little bit of a flowchart diagram thing we're going to pull up here. There we go. This is our current work, like a startup flow. So when Svelte starts, right, we have to wait for onMount to hit. Then it tells us to start the backend. Right. So we emit this backend started state. We load the app config. And this here has a bunch of stuff in it. Broadcaster login, client secret. And that's what we're trying to replace right now. Right. We're trying to replace this with this piece right here with some the Twitch authentication. And I think we're nearly there. Oh. So instead of, let's see, we still need the broadcaster login, don't we? But the client ID and the client secret, is that needed or can it just be hard coded? Because right now, where do we use the client secret? It is in here. Yeah, here's a client ID. We could get the client secret. I keep saying secret. I don't mean secret. The client ID. Okay. Yeah, I want... Okay. We're going to separate these. And move those over a little. And we are no longer going to authenticate with Twitch Helix. This here, and if we zoom out a little bit, app user. And in this case, we would have something out here, which would be like a login with Twitch button. And we could toss, whatever. Just zoom in on this real quick. Make it transparent. No, we want white. No, we want it black with no fill. There we go. This is our login with Twitch button. You know, it should probably be purple, huh? Boom. There, login with Twitch. So this up here is supposed to represent UI elements. And so when this happens, it ends up triggering this flow. Okay. And what's going on here? Come on, over here. Oh, it's so clever. There. Little OCD moment. All right. So we're going to do this login with Twitch. We are going to delete our authenticate Twitch Helix code, or at least comment it out for now. I'm not used to... Oh, it went full screen. Okay, that's neat. Okay, I'm going to comment that out. Not going to be using that. We are going to instead be using this info here. Okay. Do we need a command for this? Tell me. Which we have. When the app config is loaded, we're not going to do that. Just unwiring these things. Log in with Twitch. And that calls OAuth start login. Okay. Okay, and that, via the magic of OAuth flows, should result in a Twitch authenticated method, or excuse me, event. Okay. Back to main. How do I rename this? Rename symbol F2. Oh. Boop. Okay. We got our access token info, which should be in those URLs, right? We got our access token. We know that it's a bearer token, but we don't know expiry times. Okay. So when we receive the switch authentication piece, so really we just need the app event screen, and we just need to emit an event which authenticated. Hold on a sec, dog's freaking out. I'll be back. Ah, the .dot files. Yes, the .dot files. All right. So, just so you know, our little command bot is down at the moment, but I can help with this. And our .dot files are right here. My Visual Studio settings are mostly up to date. I include a bunch of links to the pieces I'm using, to the fonts, stuff like that. And then when you see me use Kitty and NeoVim, sometimes you'll see that. You know, I think that this might... Okay, so for getting the information out, I think this is going to work. For shutting it down... Yeah, the cancellation token might be the best way. And we could also manage that in state. Right. So let's look at state. What would a cancellation token look like for us? Struct. OAuth cancellation. Tokyo. Ah, but it's not async, right? That's what keeps getting me here. It's like Tokyo sync is where is it? Is it not in sync? Oh, it's not standard.rs. It's docs.rs. Tokyo. All their MPSC channels have blocking functions. Tokyo channels work. Yeah. So we're going to have to either like try blocking on there. Is canceled. Okay, broadcast channel. See, we got a one-shot channel here that we could use. Modules. I typically use a one-shot for something like this. The receiver, block and receive, and try receive. And then we could just see whether or not it's... Ending value exists in the channel is returned. If no value has been sent, the current task will not be registered for future notifications. Async awaiting of a one-shot is done by awaiting the receiver, by the way. What? Oh, because it's a future. It implements future. Oh, I see. And if we do try receive, though... I was currently... So, I think we'll probably have to loop with that. Because we have two things. We got the server, right, which does not implement... it does not implement an async API. So if we look at docs.rs, tiny HTTP is what we're using. And in this case, if we go down to structs, look at server, server has receive and receive timeout, right? And try receive. Same as receive, but doesn't block. I was thinking we would just have a receive timeout. Just give it a timeout and just loop, right? And during that other time, we also check the cancellation. Not a Pugilicious. No, not a NeoVim user anymore. Yeah. All right. I know, makes me sad too. So, you know what? I'm going to leave that one for a minute because we have two threads going on right now. All right, we've got the thread for getting the data out. So let's get the data out first, and then we'll do the cancellation. So back to OAuth. Okay, now in here, right, this is where we need to send the OAuth token. So we need this handle finish to be able to access the event stream. And that's stored in state in Tori, right? So we could, via our app handle, get a sender for that and pass it in. So if we're able to start and we get a server, okay. Now we're passing the app handle through. App handle. It's passed into run loop. It's down here. We could pass the app handle all the way through. I don't know about that. Not a big fan of that. Okay. So we got our app handle. And at this point, let event stream equals what? App handle dot state. Oh, but we have to give it. See, it's going to be what? Create state event stream. So at this point, we get our event stream. And what's in this? I don't even remember. We can send, and we can send an app event. Now we want app event. Which authenticated. All right. What do we have for this? We need to pass it an access token info. Okay. What is access token info state? Where is that? Why is it separate? Access token info. Like I don't actually see the reason for this other one. Maybe integrating with both sync and async is hard. You just use a small Axum server because you figured that if you're already using a request, the extra code and getting compiled for hyperdutiful full server stuff won't make a difference anymore. Yeah. I'm going to get rid of that. And then we have access token info. Oh, we could call it state. I don't know if we need to. All right, let's go back. Where were we? Access token info. And access token and token type. Do we really need to know what the token type is? Don't we? Like, we already know what the token type is. We know it's bearer. It's always going to be a bearer token. Maybe when that changes, we'll add it back. Let's just simplify. Access token is going to be that. Now we have our event stream, Twitch authenticated, access token info. So we're passing that out. And we return that. Okay. 5 errors. Goodness. Yeah, that's going to blow up. Okay, no field data. You're right. There is no field data. Access token info. Expected value found struct. Yes. We are getting rid of that. Okay, we got a bunch of warnings. But now, when we get this Twitch authenticated, we get our access token info. At this point, we could save that. We could say, hey, app handle dot wait. Manage access token info. We're going to ask it to manage that for us. All right, so that's connecting to Twitch, which we're using the anonymous login right now for Twitch IRC, which is fine. Okay, but if we go into this, we'll then fetch broadcaster data and make the authorization headers. I don't really use that for anything at the moment. Okay, I'm going to click authorize. Handle finish was called. Good. Creating authorization headers, fetching broadcaster data. Perfect. Okay. Nice. I like it. At some point, you know, I keep going back to, I should be storing this access token in SQLite. But then the other part of me is like, you know what? Just click the login button whenever it starts. You'll be fine. So, it is what it is. I think I'll just keep that. All right, so at this point, we have connect Twitch. So we make the headers, fetch broadcaster data. Oh, but we didn't shut it down yet. Okay. The next 2 threads are to get Twitch to actually, the Twitch IRC bits to be authenticated. That's one thing. And the other one is to shut down that server because it's still running. Okay. Let's shut down that server. What do you think the max time should be for logging in? Let's say you click on the button, right? You open it up and you close it. Because it's not one of the Tori windows, we don't have insight into whether or not it's been shut down. We could either just leave it open. Possible. Interesting. Want to use the Tori window? That's a good question. So I guess we could actually use the Tori window as long as we're not trying to get information out of it, right? Because of the sandboxing in Tori, we cannot inspect easily. We cannot easily inspect the location bar or the location changes. But we could just use it to be there. And then if it does get closed, we shut down the server. Is there like a... Let's go back to main. Oh, we are in main. On window event. Okay, let's see what Tori window event does. Has. All right, where's our Tori? Is it this one? Close requested. Destroyed. Okay. So we could do that. Oh, interesting. Interesting. And then we just don't rely on it for getting the data out, right? Because we're using the server for that. Yeah. Let's try that. Let's try that. All right, going back. We had a whole bunch of this code already written. Hold on, let's commit what we got at the moment. UI. And we're just going to take a bunch of this. All right. Oh, what do we have now? OAuth tokens via external browser. All right. And if you are following along at home, we have this in SourceHut and Twitch Voices project here. Paste. Done. Okay, so. Oh, bad credentials. No. Oh, I don't know. What worked? All right. All right. There we go. Boom. Let's get back to coding. So let's come back to Twitch piece here. What we're using now is this shell open, right? And we are going to get rid of that. Okay, rid of that. Start login. I think we're going to leave start login. This is going to go into... Yeah, like most of this is going to go into Rust. I do not think we need to await that, but we will, because it does return a promise. And where is start login? That's oh, shenanigans. I closed the wrong thing. trying to use my search functions. And I don't like that search on the left. I would much rather have my old search. I want like that live grep, right? That sort of FCF with ripgrep. And I tried using that, and it just showed up in like a term, like it just pops up in a terminal. It's like I'm not afraid of terminals, but it just felt so out of place. And where is start? Here's start login. Okay. So we start the server. Goes to its own thread. And in this case, we return a port, but I need to copy that again. No longer return a port. We have a port. Get rid of the $. We could use the client ID here. That would be nice. Get rid of that $. Force verify. I don't think we're going to do that every time. I use it mainly for the stream so that y'all can see this as we're working through it. So that I could show that the login window. Otherwise, it just zips right past it. Okay. But we need a window. We need a window. Where is that? That's in conf JSON. Login. Always on top. True. Sure. Full screen. False. Nope. Nope. Title. Fine. Looks good. Visible. False. Okay. No URL for that. Don't want a URL. Actually, I kind of want a URL. I do want a URL. So I don't want it to load up our normal stuff, right? Because otherwise, here, I'll just show you what happens. If we make it visible and we fix all of the other Rust errors. Let's comment that out for now. Handle, where's the next error? Okay, that's it. Because we didn't return. And we do not need to return anything. We just need to return. we'll start the browser in just a minute. Okay, so what you end up getting is two of these that are loading basically the same app, right? And I want the login one not to do that, even if it's in the background. We go back to Tori. Visible, true, fine. URL. About blank. Does this work? Let's try it. Okay, so this one's blank. Perfect. And we should be able to get access to it via the label. It's just... Okay. Let's do that. The unused part. Emoticon. Just cleaning up some of these. Okay. So now that clone. Might need to clone it before we put it in there. Get window and the label. We'll get the login window. All right, so we have the login window. An option. Ooh. No. We're going to unwrap. Yeah, if that fails, it's our fault. Okay, so we get the login window. Now we can eval something, but what else could we do? Inner position is listen. Wow. And this is all about like the Chrome of it. Okay. We'll give it our JavaScript. Okay. So at that point, we would tell it to set the location to this here. Let's do R pound boom like so. Okay. And what is this going to be? This is document location is equal to login URL, right? Do you think that would work? That would be amazing if that worked. And let's see what it does. Oh, but we have to show it. We didn't show it. And show it. Value borrowed here after move. Yeah. Did it get... Yeah, we got to copy it before. The server app handle. So then if we click this login with Twitch button, this one comes to life. Ooh, let's inspect it though. It did not seem happy. Cannot find variable login URL. Really? Oh, okay. What are the rules on this? I've seen the syntax coloring change occasionally, and I'm not sure what it... A little OCD on the spaces. Join that. Okay. Okay. Eval wants a stir. We should still have two windows. One's blank. Click login. Okay, inspect element. Where'd you blow up this time? Unexpected token. Colon. Really? Oh, this isn't in double quotes, is it? It's not. Let's do single quotes. Because JavaScript. JavaScript doesn't care. As long as we don't have single quotes in the rest of the string, it should be fine. Oh, look at that. Now we got this. It's going to connect to localhost. Boom. A website created 12 days ago. All right, authorize. You have been logged in. Okay, so now that we get this event, we could actually close the window and stop the server. Or if somebody closes the window, we could stop the server. Oh, okay, I'm loving this. This is cool. Okay. All right. This is neat. This is neat. So let's start it as visible false. Okay, we're going to come back here and in, yeah. Okay. So only one window. Log in, pops up on top. Perfect. Okay, let's just close that for now. Now we got to go back to main, our little event handling queue. Where is it? Here. So when we're authenticated, want to close the window. That is where app handle dot if let sum window app handle dot get window strings login. So if we have it, we will do a login window dot close. Perfect. Okay. Login, right? And this is a separate one, just happens to be right on top. And it closed. Beautiful. Okay. Now we have the opposite problem. If it closes, we need some other event to shut down the server, which is fine. And how do we know? So we could set something up here on window event, and we could dispatch an event if login is closed. So let's come back to our kind of event modeling. Watch your eyes. Okay. There we go. Let's make sure this is up to date. Login with Twitch. Start that. Authenticated, fetch broadcaster data, boom. It's all good. Let's say somebody closes the Twitch login window. All right, we need some new event. Something up here. No fill. Zoom in. Close login window. Right. So if somebody closes our login window, doesn't the server shut down when you drop the server handle? Couldn't you keep that alive as long as the authentication is pending? Drop as soon as the window is closed? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if we can attach the server handle to the Tori window. I know we can put it into state. We can put a reference of it into state. But I think that it would be nice to have kind of just event happens, dispatch it, and then respond to the event somehow, right? And that could be some mechanism, right? But I was trying to practice this. It's funny, trying to practice CQRS inside of a Tori app, which is normally, so CQRS is normally done like with servers and lots of like big stuff, right? You would have like a Kafka queues, you would have, you know, event stores and stuff, right? But my project is an app, so just playing around with you know, dispatching more events, a little looser coupling, which is funny because we would dispatch the event here, right? It would come into here, and from here we would likely either set some sort of global state saying like force shutdown or whatever, right? Like we could even set some Boolean in shared state. It's not a bad idea. It would be super simple. I gotta check on something. Oh. Give me 1 minute. Need to open a browser. I got an alert. Need to check on it. Oh, it's just going to be a watch it sort of thing. Yeah, it should be okay now. All right, let's continue. Sorry about that. So ideally we would have some sort of event, and this event would be like a login window closed, right? It doesn't need any data to go along with it. And then here, a window, we have some sort of event, and we match on the event. Wait, yeah, the closure's return type. No, we don't care about that. What's it say? Missing match arm type. Global window event. Event? Event payload. Missing match arm type. So which ones do we care about? Resized, moved, close requested, maybe. What about destroyed? Okay, we can get rid of this one. Scale factor, gone. Focused. Resized, moved. Don't care. But these two. Destroyed. Oh, I see. Add dot dot at the end of the field list to ignore all other fields. Sure. Okay, that's... Unexpected token right paren. Sorry, a little distracted. Just get rid of the comma. No, that doesn't feel right. Seems like we want the comma, but now it's telling us it's not. Oh, we could do an if let. We just care about maybe one. Now let's see. There to there. Let's just log it for now. Log error. Event closed. And event destroyed. Okay. Oh, I was putting that in the wrong spot. Okay. Login window closed. Perfect. So we want to go to 276. So what do we do when the login window closes? Now in this case, we could track that. Say, hey, login window's open, login window's closed. But then how's that different from just getting the app handle, getting the window, checking to see if it's open, right? It's practicing the event. Okay. We likely need to reset the the UI state, right? Because right now we show we change the state of the button. You can only click it once. We need to reset the UI state. We need to stop. We're going to stop that server. Okay, stop the OAuth server. What else? So we got that event there. Yeah, we could just convert it. Then we don't want... Probably want to stop the OAuth server first and then the UI state so they can click the button again, have it pop open, right? Okay. Now for the big test. How do we get from here to OAuth? Where's our loop? Here's our run loop. Could receive timeout here. Duration from, I don't know, millis. 100 milliseconds. It'll come through. It'll do its thing, right? And then we can break out of here if there's some other condition, right? I'd like there being some sort of global just flag, right? Like it's open, it's closed. Mutating these things can be a little tricky. And we need to clean this up too. Let's toss a fix me on that. Use client ID from config. Why would, no, we would bake it in, wouldn't we? That's just going to be part of the app. Oh, never mind. We're leaving that. Okay, try to avoid the bike shedding. No bike shedding. If let sum request equals that. There we go. Atomic bowl loaded. Oh, yes. Yeah, we could do that. Oh, that's a great idea, Glitch. Okay, so just to play around with this, it still works. Authorize, it goes away, continues to log in. Okay. That's a great idea. State. Now we have to store it in its own type. That's how basically that's how Tori works, right? So you can request something out of the managed state, but it has to have its own bespoke type. Auth state. Sure. But I like the atomic bool as opposed to wrapping a bool in a mutex, right? Like I like that a lot better. Pub. What should we name this? Like should run, is running. No, is running is not a good idea. shut down. You know?
May I please play on the computer?
After breakfast.
Okay. Have breakfast.
Get a visit from a little person. My child is a smaller version of me. All right, so whenever we do this OAuth state, we will have a pub shutdown atomic bowl. It's not the greatest naming here. That's like one of the hardest things in programming, naming things. Because this feels like a command, where I don't really intend it to be like a command. Like OAuth state, this could be like login closed prematurely. And so, kind of describing what happened, and then different things can react to that. So if that goes true, yeah, then the server shuts down, and we could reset this. All right, but first we need that initialized. Where are we going to initialize that? Let's initialize that in OAuth. Here where we start. App handle. Manage. OAuth state. What was it? Login closed prematurely is... how do we set that up? Atomic bool from false? Is that... Or can you just set it to false? Oh. Oh, we could just do a new. Okay. There we go. So we set that up. It gets managed there. And then in main, app handle dot state colon OAuth state. Swap with true. Ordering. What is ordering? Ordering here is here. It's not going to matter. Because eventually, 100 milliseconds later, that loop will come through again. OAuth. Shut down the server. If the login window. You know what? Let's not call it that. Let's call it, no, that, okay, we might come back to this. I don't know. I'm feeling a little iffy on the naming still. If app handle admitted, okay, dot state, colon, boom. Fetch. You just do load with. And what if we do this twice, right? What happens in manage if we set it a second time? Okay, so if it's already managed, the function returns false and the value is ignored. I see. Ooh. Okay, in this case, let's go set this up in main. Okay, that way when we get to the OAuth section, we're just resetting it, right? Where are we? Oh, I'm in main. I want here. Okay. And this will be equal to, oh, dot. So we don't really need to call swap before. Okay, store. And we will store false. Right, so we reset it whenever we come in here. It's set when the app starts up. One more. OAuth flow completed. And let's create just a new for this. Or default? We could do default. I wonder what Atomic Bowl's default is. There's that one. And then if we get an event, we'll do the same thing. Oh, it defaults to false. Okay. Well, that makes sense. What was it? Load? No, store. Store. All right, and then here, when we're Twitch authenticated, close the window. Save our auth token info. We set auth flow completed to true. All right. I should return if it completes normally. I like that we shut it down either way in the same place, the same way. Log on with Twitch, and this new window. We'll click authorize. It goes away. Perfect. Okay. Destroyed. Awesome. Okay, let's do that again. This time I'll close the window. We don't have a log message over here, but hopefully we see, I don't know, something. Oh. Bent and destroyed. What? Oh, we didn't. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Log on with Twitch. We didn't filter those events based on just one window. So if we close this one while this one's open, what do? Oh, a little edge casey there, huh? We could still shut down the OAuth flow. But if this one closes, this one should close as well. Okay. Deal with that next. Okay. Well, let's go do that. It's in main. Down here. Okay. So we get. Okay, which event do we get if we just close one of the windows? I wasn't paying attention to that. Let's close the OAuth window. The button. Oh, okay. We're going to close this and watch the log. Oh, the one right behind me. Okay. Close that. We get both vents. Closed and destroyed. Okay, and this one, same thing. So let's just... I really don't know. What can we do with API there? API dot prevent close? Oh. Okay. Let's use that one just in case. Okay. Now, so we get a window closed event, but how do we know which window it is? Event dot window dot label. This will either be chat or login. I think close requested is user click the close button and wants to exit to give you the possibility to show a say. Oh, okay. Got it. So one's at the beginning of the close flow and the other's when it's finished. That makes sense. All right, so if we're trying to close the chat one, we could just, forbid that. If the other one's open, well, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's say, so if we're trying to close the chat window, and how do we do this? Oh, do we even get the handler at this point? Can we? Because at this point, we're just listening to an event. We don't have the handler yet. The handler is set up down here. Ooh. Yeah. We can get our own window. I see. I want state here, It takes a global window event. What does global window event implement? Let's see. Let's go back to the front. Not manager. I was just hoping. Can we get manager from window? I'd listen. Just sense. Oh, window has manager. Ooh. Because manager has get window. Okay. Oh, that's loopy. It goes around. Window dot get window login. That is, I think that's what we're doing here, right? Because here we have a window. And window implements manager. So we can find a different window. We'll get an option to it. Right? And then at this point, we can say is visible. let's see, is login visible equals, let's match that. Oh, no, we do it this way. Get window. And it's not going to want to autocomplete any of this, is it? So we have window, we do a get, where is it? Get. Oh, it's in manager. Hold on. Get window, give it the string. Oh, we already did that. That's an option.map. Is visible. So we'll map that to a Boolean dot unwrap or false. This is, oh, no wonder, event.window. Get window. There we go. Now it's wired up. Oh, this is a result to a bool. Is visible returns a result? What kind of errors can that? Okay, there must be something there. Window is visible. All right, we had another visit. Visible dot okay. Then we have option bool dot flatten. Wait, no, I did that at the wrong. Okay, option to a bool. What? I know it's not an iterator. I just want to return a Boolean. Okay, we can flatten it out here. Dot flatten. Bool or default false. All right. So if login is visible, if it's visible, then call API dot prevent close. Boom, done. All right, let's try that out. Wow. Okay, so we open this and we try to close this one. It won't let us do it. Awesome. Okay. We can close this one and then this one. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, that's good. Now, if we get this event, we're not dispatching it, are we? Because if login window closed, we need to. And we need to dispatch that event. Okay. In that case, we can say event.window, because that's a manager, .state event stream .send login window closed, like that. need a semicolon. I like our little OAuth flow window. This is cool. Okay, yep. Got two windows open. Can't close the other one. Okay, and if we close this one, yes, terminating except thread. Awesome. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now, what about resetting the UI state? I think this whole thing just needs a bit of love. Fix me. Implement. Okay. And then let's cancel that from it. Does the programmatic close of the window also emit a close requested, or does it just force close the window? Oh, interesting. That let's look. Right, because if we go through what was the other one? It was comma quarry window to vent destroyed. Okay, so if we do this, we'll see, like we go through the whole auth flow. When we get the programmatic close of the login window, we should see it here. Okay. Log in with Twitch. And we got two windows. Authorize. Let's see, we have event destroyed here. It skipped the close. So programmatic closing of a window skips the close requested. Fancy. All right. I'll just clean that up here. Very cool. I think we made some great progress today. I love this being managed so closely, right? The server's only on for as long as it needs to be. Yeah, that's nice. We have the little window. It feels integrated. You close the app. You don't have some other window just lingering in your browser. That's nice. I wonder what happens. There were other options in that UI. Right. Let's see if I can log into Twitch and use this stuff without actually leaking creds. Okay. Come in here. Let's say I hit cancel. What happens then? You're about to leave this. Twitch has no control over. Oh, okay. So it actually comes back to me. Oh. Callback error. Access denied. Okay, so we didn't handle that case. Okay. All right. Let's go into OAuth. Where's our little router? A little further down. No. Where is it? Oh, just here. Okay. All right. Now, what if I wanted to choose a different user, right? So let's say I go to log in with Twitch. It's got all this. Oh, it's got this little not you log out button at the top. Okay, so let's say I click that. Okay, well, it looks like we get the mobile flow. Capitan. Oh, Capitan, what is your... Is that in there? Oh, okay. Okay, comes back here. Go to authorize. Boom, done. All right, nice. Let's get this committed. Yes. Using embedded browser or Twitch. All right. I gotta get going, y'all. This has been fun. I think we made some good progress on that. I really love the idea of using that browser there. It gives us just a little bit more control. Tightens up the flow. Helps us maintain state a little better. So now we could actually reset the button. I think we're going to need a little bit earlier of a UI, right? Something for like logging into Twitch before the rest of this comes in. I think I want to rename this instead of like Twitch voices, like stream voices, stream chat. I don't know, something. Anyhow, Twitch voices it is for now. It's looking good. All right. All right, so we're going to figure out. Because it skips the close requested step, does it ever shut down the OAuth server in case of a successful login? Let's look through that real quick. So, come back to Visual Studio. Let's go back to OAuth. So, at this point in the event stream, when we finish the flow, right, we create an event, or we say Twitch authenticated into the event stream. And that goes into main here, which is Twitch authenticated. So we save our access token info, and then we say the OAuth flow is completed, right? And that should shut down the server. And then we look for the window and we close the window. So we do shut down the server before the window, but the window is closed programmatically and not by user. So I think we should be okay. Yeah, login window closed is just a separate event that happens. So yeah, it either shuts down this way or this way. That's why we had the two booleans for login closed prematurely and OAuth login or OAuth flow completed. They really could be the same value, right? But here we have a little bit more intent stored, right? This is what the user did. So we might be able to react to it slightly different if and when. And really it's just two bools, so it's not a lot of waste. But if we, oh, I think I forgot a piece. Yes. Could reset both of these. OAuth flow completed. There. Okay. Arguably, this could just be on OAuth state. Lazy sometimes. Oh, function reset self. Okay, we do that. We move this. That's in what state? Here. There we go. I gotta run. That's it for me today. Software and game development. Let's see. What do we got here? Roust. Let's search for Rust instead. What is this? Oh, that's funny. What's Prime doing today? Blazingly fast perf test. React versus laptop. Okay, that's not Rust. He always puts Rust in there. Yeah, here. An ad. All right, let's raid Mindstormer. All right, yeah, we'll do that. So until next time, y'all. Bye-bye.